Sonu Sood needs no introduction, but the kind of work that he's done in the last 45 days, 1.5 months, has won India's heart. Sonu, thank you for speaking to Times Now. I want to begin by asking you that how did it occur to you? I mean, many people are doing their bit. People are contributing money, distributing food and medicines. How did you get this idea of arranging buses?
I started with my hotel, which is in Bombay. We gave it to all the doctors and nurses and all the paramedical staff. And then I'm also into food distribution, where we almost 45,000 people every day we distribute food. But we had a stall in Bombay in a place called Kalwa Chowk in Thana and one in Dahisar, where we saw a lot of migrants, walking to the villages in Bihar, UP, Karnataka. So I managed to stop a family and I asked them that, why are you going? Just give me 1 or 2 days, maybe I'll arrange a bus for you. And they said, sir, there's no way you can do it. No, we'll walk, we'll take 8-10 days and we'll reach back to our hometowns. So I somehow was able to convince them and ask them to stay. And in 2 days, I got all the permissions from local government and Karnataka government, and I could manage to send the first time 10 buses with almost 350 people. And seeing those smiles on their faces and the tears in the eyes when they were leaving, one of the family, person told me that, we almost lost hope that we'll be alive and we'll die here only in Mumbai. We won't be able to go back to our hometowns. So I realized this is a family, I'm in touch with, but there are thousands and millions of people who are on the highways, struggling to go back. So I have to get all these things done. So I got in touch with all the various governments from Uttar Pradesh to Bihar to Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, a lot of places, and I spoke to them personally. I got all these local permissions and medical, everything done for them, and then I could manage to send, now as of now, at least almost 12,000 people I managed to send back to their homes.
Right. I mean, Sonu, you're being modest here. You're making it sound so easy, but I'm sure there must have been challenges. Would you like to share some of them with us?
The challenges were huge. The file moves from one table to other. It exchanges almost 10 hands. First you get to the medical done, then it's a local police. You have to get an NOC, then it goes to the DCP office. The DCP sends to the district magistrate. To the state, the migrant is going. The DM sends to the ADM, and then the approval comes, and then they send back to the DCP office, and it comes back to the main police station and then back to the migrant. So in this whole process, there is a chance where this guy who's been waiting to go to the villages, to their respective villages, they'll get frustrated and they say, okay, we don't want to stay, we'll walk down, on our own. So you have to somehow convince them and get the whole chain connected. And I would say, God's been really kind and been guiding me right so that, I could manage all the permissions in a day or two. And every day, we are sending 10, 12 buses. And a lot of people have been, thanking us for that. And when they reach back to their families, they call us. And seeing those smiling faces, I think everything was really worth it.
It is so good to hear all this. The work you're doing, Sonu, has been praised around the country and by people from all sections of society. Aam Aadmi, the Netas, people from film fraternity. It is something that you so richly deserve.
You feel nice about it, that your work has been acknowledged. But more than anything, I would say the biggest reward that one can imagine is that one selfie of a family together when they reach back to their homes.
True.
So it's priceless. They can't thank you enough that you made this possible. And I'm from the engineering background. I did my BE in Nagpur. I remember when I used to be a student, how I used to go sometimes without reservations in one bus to other bus, then to train. So I've seen that journey. And even when I came to Mumbai for the first time, I didn't have a reservation when I came to the city to pursue my dreams. So I've seen that life, how tough it is. And when you are traveling with your families, with the little ones, I think it's a nightmare. So I had to come in and save a few problems for these people on the highways.
Okay. Now, as someone who's been on ground, like you said, trying to help people in these difficult times, what would you suggest to the state governments, the local authorities, so that they can improve what they're doing?
No, I would. I mean, they are more experienced than me, but I think sometimes the emotions those emotions do wonders. We know that these guys will travel by hook or by crook. They'll walk, they'll ride bicycles, they'll get on the trucks. They have to go to their homes. So maybe a little easy procedure, would help them reach fast, or would save them a lot of trouble. I've seen people paying a lot of money to all these brokers who promise them to send back to their homes, which is a very very sorry state where these people are desperate to go back to their homes, but they are stuck. So I would say that would have saved them from all this trouble. And I'm glad that with the message that we have sent across, that you don't need to worry about, just share your details and I'll make sure that you reach back to your homes safely.
And if I can ask you this, doing the kind of work that you've undertaken is never easy. I'm sure your family members and friends are supporting you in this cause also.
No, I would like to say, I get a lot of messages from them that, I've been doing great job, and they appreciate that. But I always believe that, when you want to do wonders, you need some hands, some people who need to be with you. There's a very close friend of mine. Her name is Neeti Goyal, and I remember, we know each other since childhood. When we started this food drive, and we were traveling on a Thana highway, so we saw these migrants, and then that's the first time we decided that let's put things together and get these guys back to their homes. And then my whole chartered accountant team, is still, having those sleepless nights 24/7. They are noting down the mobile numbers, their Aadhaar cards, making their data, who is traveling on which bus, and how a bunch of people are traveling. So I would say my whole place, my whole system, my whole connections, they have become like, I think, a special feeling I would say I could ever imagine. The day I came to Mumbai years back, 20 years back, I would say this is the most special moment of my life.